I am trying to help you, Cain. Merliah spoke gently to the broken soul he had once tainted, in an attempt to redeem him. Like every other soul residing in the underworld, Cain had received a room. Each one was equipped differently, resulting from the resident's preferences when it came to inventory. If the resident made an effort, enough wicked humans lived in a cold, stony room with blank walls because their soul was too occupied with suffering and injustice. Cain was sitting in a chair similar to Hell's throne and refused to even look at the devil. Help, he only spat cynically. My brother, God's favorite, got whatever he wanted, and I am in hell, locked away in a cell instead of planning my revenge on heaven. You killed your own brother. Wasn't that revenge enough? Don't you feel any regrets, any hate towards me for tempting you? Cain's head turned at those last words, directing the eyes at Merliah with a piercing stare. You helped me achieve my goal. Lucifer, the fallen angel, the serpent that showed us how truly unjust God's will is, preferring a shepherd over a farmer. Merliah would have liked to just leave the room as Cain once again started to praise his past misdeeds. But this was his punishment as well as Cain's, and he would pull through even if it would take an eternity to redeem Adam's oldest son. If you would really plan to help me, Cain continued as his eyes displayed the familiar wicked glint, then you would give me back those powers and rule hell as you once did, and we could tear down heaven, together. Merliah sighed at the fanatic in front of him. No, I won't do that to you. Not again. You will have to endure the reliving of your mistakes until you see reason. You think killing Abel over and over will make me regret my decision? Cain only laughed at the king of hell. Needing a bit of rest, Merliah left the sinner to his coming torture, although the maniacal laughter still followed him through the closed door and down the hallway. Hands clasped behind his back, he walked through hell, uncertain of what to do. What if Cain would never come around? What if he was one of those unfortunate souls free of regrets and thus unable to be redeemed? Perhaps it was his punishment, to fail to correct his gravest mistake. Some things just couldn't be erased. Vlad had been right in the end, even if Merliah had tried to deny it back then. Lord Lucifer! A demon came running from behind, a thick scroll in his hand and the eyes full of proud satisfaction. I thought about new ways of punishment for the wicked souls. Something simpler than mutilating their bodies and psyche. Coming to a stop, he ruffled his almost completely bald wings. Merliah raised one eyebrow at the demon's idea. Yet that one, on the other hand, didn't notice and just continued. How about a match that never ignites, no matter how often one strikes? Or the endless pain of searching for a specific passage in a book and not being able to find it? Before the demon could continue, Merliah took the word. I don't punish souls to make them miserable or because I enjoy it. I let those who can be redeemed face their sins so they can move on, so they can show me they want to change. A hint of desperation creeped into the demon's features. But what about the really evil ones? Merliah grinned at the mischievous intent he sometimes displayed himself. His thoughts went back to his human friends. He knew Nathaniel would have liked those mean little ways of messing with people, dead or alive. Very well, he answered finally. You may proceed. Seeing the demon dash off in delight, Merliah resumed his walk. He played with the thought of visiting Dean once in a while. The last time had been months ago, and he longed for his friend, especially when he felt the hole in his heart Nate had left. Suddenly a strange presence entered hell, making the devil's spine stiffen. Millennia had passed, wounds had healed and scars had faded, but never would he forget the sensation when being in his presence. He felt it coming closer, like a sun, Struggling not to panic, Merlias pushed down his mixture of feelings which was threatening to overwhelm him. He wasn't ready for that conversation yet, not ready to meet him. You look awful, Micah said behind him in a tone that indicated less disgust than the words might let one anticipate. Turning around, Merlias only scoffed. Yeah, that's what happens when you live in hell. For a moment their eyes met, each examining the other after not having met for eons. Micah looked like the last time they had fought. The white-brown speckled wings, the shoulder-long hair, the beige robe. At the same time, Merlias could feel his brother's eyes studying him. His scars, his unusual human-like clothes that consisted of red-brown overcoat and broad-brimmed fedora. The collar-fitting vest, shirt, pants, and boots. "You have changed, brother," came the cold conclusion when Micah was finished. Merlias wasn't sure how to feel about the whole situation. He didn't have the time to get angry or excited. He simply was perplexed. Why the bloody hell would an angel come down here? You kept your big mouth, though, Micah continued commenting without any feeling. I'm not arrogant enough to assume you came down just to repair broken family bonds. Silence followed, in which Micah stared again. He was thinking of his next words, Merlias could tell. I need your help to save heaven. Merlias would have expected many things, but not that. You what? His confusion quickly turned to anger when the statement had sunk in. Why should I help you when you let me drown in flames alone all these centuries? The sudden outbreak led to the display of emotions in Micah as well. You defied father, you and your thick skull thinking you could do so much of a better job. I tried to talk you out of it. The devil regarded his brother with an expression of boredom to shield himself from the sharp words. And what did you do when I was banished? Merlias came closer so they stood face to face. You did nothing, he whispered in fury. Turning away, he started to pace around. I was the reason you weren't erased from existence but cast down instead. When I appeased father to banish you, he gave me the task of doing it. Do you have any idea how much it pained me? Oh, thank you very much, brother. If you loved me that dearly, then why did you never come visit me, I wonder? Apart from that it was forbidden for us to leave heaven unauthorized, how many souls did you condemn to hell? How much evil did you spread? Why should I come visit someone like that? Micah's tone had changed from grief-stricken to wrathful as he accused the former angel. Then what let you come down from your high horse and visit now, asking for help from your useless, fallen brother? A threat which I can't face alone. Angels are going missing. I think it might be the work of mortals. Merlias just dismissed his brother's words with a wave of his hand. I think that's a job for our dear father, not me. Brandish your swords, smite the heretics with your army, or even better, summon another flood just to be sure. I couldn't care less. The devil turned away from his visitor, expecting to be scolded about how foolish he was. But when nothing of the like came, he took a closer look at Micah. Father grew distant after you fell, his brother finally admitted. He detached himself from all of us, and when his son died on the cross, he vanished. How convenient for him, Merlias countered dryly, although he started to grow worried. I take back what I said about you having changed. You obviously still want others to beg, even if it's for help. The last words struck harder than Michael might have intended. No, he only answered in a calm but firm voice. You don't have to beg. But I want something for my help. I can't grant you entrance to heaven, Lucifer. Take a good look at my appearance. You think I could fit in up there? Merlice asked, not even trying to mask his bitter sarcasm. I couldn't care less about heaven. What then? The angel asked, visibly confused. If I am to help you, then you must accept a third man in our expedition, and you have to answer a question. Michael nodded only hesitantly to the first demand, showing Merlice how truly desperate the Archangel was. What's the question? Merlice swallowed before answering. The souls snatched from heaven's gates, how do they fare? The golden fields granted them peace of mind from their unpleasant experience. What about Nathaniel Connor? Is he... Merlice hesitated a moment, afraid to reveal too much. Discarding his fears, he finished the question. Is he happy? Those are two questions, the angel remarked. Then he narrowed his eyes as if Merlice was trying to hide something. What is he to you that you care so much? Nothing. The devil countered stubbornly. For the first time since they had met again, Michael smiled upon answering. He is content with his family, although he sometimes seems a bit restless, as if he misses someone. Merlice turned to the side so his brother would not see his smile caused by the revelation. What now? Michael asked when Merlice started walking again. Now we will visit a friend. A friend. The devil ignored the subtle taunt in his brother's question and opened the door, revealing a house surrounded by green fields. Yeah, a friend. In contrast to you, my angelic ego managed to actually make some.